All right, all right. Are we live? Wait, hold up. Boom, boom. We are in fact live. How we doing today? Hope everybody's doing great. We got a nice little good little slate of different things we're gonna get into. Just want to ensure that everything gets sent out the right way. We're looking good this stream. But hey man, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's of course Shedeur Sanders out there speeding, right, showing his true colors. But I'll have a take on it that I think is pretty fair. And then we're gonna talk about some more Shedeur Sanders news, right? They said Tony Grassi was out there hunting down Shedeur in that TRX boy. We're gonna talk about the fact that apparently Shedeur Sanders versus Dylan Gabriel, it's not even close. It's not even fair. What else we got on the slate today? What else we got on the docket today? I got a lot of topics for this live. Jaden Rashada. I know for some of my classic viewers, you're gonna know about Jaden Rashada, the transfer portal legend. He found his way in Sacramento State, but he also has Sacramento State. He's got some bad news, so we got a lot to report there. With Lajohntay Wester and the Ravens, the most overpowered team in the NFL right now. They look kind of nasty right now. A little more Shedeur stuff, and then hey, we got to check on the Buffaloes. You know, they got some impact transfers, so we're gonna check on some things and get right into it. Make sure the connection's good. Connection is good. Stream health is all right. Okay, check one thing, and then we're gonna hop right into it. How we doing? How are you doing? Comment down below, and also comment down below. I need to know who y'all teams are. Y'all all Browns fans? Are you just a what's it called? Are you just a Colorado fan, a Shedeur fan? Let me know. Let me make sure. Do one last check here. Oh, you messed me up. All right. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Hey, man. Hey, Shedeur Sanders, man. He's a terrible dude, man. He's an awful person. Now, let's be honest about this first thing. I want to be honest, and I also want to be serious about this. Y'all know, if you look at my channel, the bias that I have. But the truth is, June 17th, he was doing 101 in a 41 mile per hour. Now, what we're going to hop into is we also have the courtesy of Around the Association, another YouTube channel, big. He does a lot of great stuff. He's got the clip within his video, so we're going to check him out. And check it out. And apparently Shedeur was pretty, you know what I'm saying? I mean, pretty reasonable. So, you know, they ain't got nothing extra to do that. But I don't think this is something, like I said, before we get into this, dog, this is not some like, oh my God, we've lost so many opportunities in professional sports. No, we've lost so many people. I don't like when people like try to say, oh, look at all these professional people that have, like, no, you know, people who have been affected just by regular car crashes. This is like no joke. I literally was talking to my dude at the corner store. His son just got in a car crash. Like, this is not something to joke about. I am a Shedeur guy. I'm a Deion guy. I get on these videos, I yell, I huff and I puff about the lies and different things that are sold, and people trying to paint Shedeur Sanders as some terrible person. But we can all say this isn't good, right? We can all be fair as Shedeur fans. And there, shout out to True in the comments. Shout out to Loretta, Born a Diva, for being in my live comments. And they're being pretty reasonable about this too. And they can all say like, hey, we're fans of Shedeur. That's why we don't want you doing dumb stuff, dog. And it's not even about, I'm not even going to go to the whole don't give the media a reason, because, dog, we're in the deepest part of the offseason. I'm sorry, Shedeur, you did it to yourself. Like, I'm sorry. We're in the deadest part of the offseason. They're going to talk about it for 2 weeks. Is it going to mean anything? No. It probably means, because he got this ticket, it probably means he ain't going to go nowhere, because now they're going to clown him about it. People are going to come out. Stephen A. Smith's going to have something to say about it. Like, it's going to be a whole thing, because the finals are about to be over, right? You know what I'm saying? No football on, no mini camp, no nothing. So y'all are going to hear about the Shedeur Sanders. He's going to get dragged. And I think for once he deserves it. You deserve it. Don't be doing this stupid stuff. All right. We need 12 to be ready for preseason. Go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? Maybe take over the team, take over the Browns. I don't know. I like to be, you know what I'm saying? I like to be, how you say, optimistic about it. But let's read into some of the facts here. So it says Strongsville, Ohio. The Fox 8 team has learned Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders was pulled over early Tuesday morning for allegedly driving over 100 miles an hour. According to Strongsville police records, an officer stopped Sanders on 71 North around 12:24 a.m. on June 17th. The report states that Sanders was driving 101 miles per hour, 41 miles over the posted speed limit. Now, I don't know where y'all live, but where I live, I think Georgia, I'm not going to dox myself, but I think 25, anything above 25 over is a super speeder. I don't know what the Ohio rules are. I don't know if he's going to get points or whatever. But it is something that he's just going to pay a fine or whatever. He was issued a citation. He can choose to fight the ticket in court, or he can just pay the fine. Like, it's no big deal. Now, that fine for 41 over, going 100, and I'm assuming they have their own super speeder thing, it's going to hit them pockets. It going to hit that fifth round pocket. You're lucky you got them Delta sponsorship, Shedeur, because they going to get you. Because let's hypothetically say that I might have been set up by an officer when I was in college, right? It was all a scheme. However, when I paid that particular situation, and maybe because I was a high schooler, but that hurt me. I mean, not high schooler, college. I was in college, so maybe that's why that hurt me so much. But that was not it's not fun amount to pay. So the Ohio State Highway Patrol says last year more than 83,000 people were given tickets for speeding 20 miles over the speed limit. More than 3,700 received tickets for going over 100 miles per hour. The I team has done several stories on drivers speeding over 100 miles, including a firefighter. Wow, okay, who was clocked driving 117 miles per hour. That's interesting. So shout out to this media. Instead of comparing him to something bad, he's like, hey, here's another person who should be a good leader, right? And a firefighter should be a community leader. He's doing craziness stuff too. So that's interesting to see. But let's get to it. Let's actually watch the video. Let's see if Shedeur was wilding. And then after that, I'm gonna read some of the live comments as well. I'm gonna go for it, and then we'll have our takes on it.
Yeah, what's in there? License or? I don't need registration. I just need license for insurance.
This is from around the association. I mean, I think you can see it, but you know what I'm saying? Pulling up on that supercharged TRX. I'm gonna cop some please after we're serious, but we're gonna watch this and then.
Sanders, are you? Do you have a Ohio driver's license? Okay, what's your first name? Shedeur. Do you have a Colorado driver's license? All right, hang tight. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, do you have a phone number for me, sir?
What are you doing on this side?
It's just my.
He was asking about the cop on the other side.
Partner, just back up.
We
He's not
doing
anything.
So we doing this. I would be nervous too. I don't like when they do that. When they have a new.
I'm gonna cut you a break. I'm not gonna give her a ticket. Like I said, I got her at 92, but 101. I got a dash cam and stuff, man. Like.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word.
Okay, all right, I appreciate it. It is gonna be waiverable, okay.
I think he said something like something like I'll take your word. I guess he has like I'm assuming he has some proof that he thinks he has. But you can tell he's not, he's not being confrontational
your
or anything.
State where you're at has an agreement with Ohio that if you don't take care of the ticket, they will suspend your Mississippi license, okay? So there's a phone number and all that on the back. If you just want to sign here by the X, it's just stating that you're going to take care of the citation. If you don't, they can suspend your license, okay? Yeah, just pay it or call the number on the back. Your license is under there too, so you don't drop it. Turn to the side in the front, and then right there next where it says member of RNVC, there's an X there if you want to sign it there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, man. Appreciate it. How fast do you think you're going if you don't think you're at 101? I know this truck's supercharged. It will do it.
He said, I know this thing can go now.
Oh, he gave it to me a little late. Who's it from?
Is that from Boykin?
Can't read it.
I don't know what they're doing.
I
Right
don't
now.
know who that is.
I
You
can't
already
see.
wrote it, man. You got to give that to me before. I'm gonna give your girl a break, okay?
He said I already wrote it. So I think Shedeur has some sort of proof, but he's just saying that I guess he already wrote the
colorblind.
ticket. But he also said, and the cop's being cool about it, and the cop was like, "Hey, it's also like waiverable."
Okay, the
You know
phone
what I'm
number,
saying?
address is
So
on the back here, okay?
not really tripping. I don't
I'm gonna
think.
go up, give her license back, and then when I come back, then pull out and be safe here, okay? What'd you say, Sarge?
Nope.
Oh, you good? Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Y'all shout out to Around the Association. Y'all go watch his video. You know, he's gonna have his own takes and everything like that. But just to kind of wrap it up with this whole situation, again, to be serious, this is pretty funny. This is pretty good. In all seriousness, dog, like there's just nothing to really excuse going 40 over. But if I could put my Shedeur cape on, I would say, hey, he live in Texas. They got them 80-mile-per-hour highways. No, that don't work. No, he's only 20 over. Yeah, no, that's all I got. But other than that, man, like to be honest, I'm about to read the comments, and a lot of people have, you know, some of the same things. Shout out to Grape Tea News as well. A lot of people seem to have the same sentiment that, like, dog, he's 23, 24. First off, again, like I said, he deserves to get dragged for a little bit. It's the off season. You can't really do nothing about it. And here's the best thing: if the worst thing that they have on Shedeur Sanders is that he drives fast trucks fast, dog, Myles Garrett has done worse than that, right? We don't want to talk about it. Luckily, there's nobody in the quarterback room, right, that's ever done anything bad in the Cleveland Browns, right? Anyway, but you know, Myles Garrett like flipped his 911 and everything. So like he's not even the wildest driver on the team, but that does not excuse it. I think the fact that he has that magnifying glass, the fact that we were just making videos about him hanging with those kiddos, hey Shedeur, that's why it needs to be better, right? And as a Shedeur super fan, if that's what you want to call me, you want to call me a Glazer. Some people call me a Shedeur hater. As someone who really wants to see him thrive in every way, in every capacity, I don't think this is a great look. But at the same time, he's a kid. Better that he do this and don't get hurt, because this is absolutely, it wasn't reckless driving, because he would have got a ticket for reckless driving. Handled it well. Talked to the cop. XYZ. That boy in that TRX. So he had that foot to the floor. But you know what I'm saying, like no excuse, but happy that everybody is, I guess, in decent condition. I'm gonna read some of these comments here from my live audience here. I really appreciate y'all rocking with me live. True obviously says Shedeur is human. And they're a Shedeur fan, of course. Shedeur fan, Deion fan, Shiloh fan, Bucky fan. Loretta says, I love it. Shout out to the Texas flag. I am actually from Texas, if y'all didn't know. Born a diva. I definitely went 100 plus before. I try not to. It doesn't feel that fast when you're driving. And I know I kind of made like the joke, like, oh, in Texas is 80 miles an hour. As someone who's from Texas, who drives in Texas, who has driven cross country, dog, like, you can go 100, like, and just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? But it's not an excuse. You know what I mean? You feel me? Especially in a 60. That's probably just like a regular highway. That ain't nothing, bigly. So you gotta understand that as well. Anthony Thomas says, facts, appreciate you. I'm born a diva. Mark Williams says, so what news? Hey, I'll feel you. Shout out Grape Tea News, just plugging me. J.A. She's been commenting a lot on my videos, so I appreciate it. Shedeur doesn't live in a glass bottle. He is going to make mistakes. In addition, we all speed and look down, not realizing how fast we were going. Thank God nothing bad happened. Let's keep it pushing. I like that. Hey, we're going to keep it pushing. Bucky and them need to get up there. That's what Amber says. Amber said they don't trust. Josh says, why is this posted anyway? They typically post all like the live dash cam, I believe. John Escobar, my guy, says, Mississippi license. Did he move to Colorado 2 years ago? They would bury my backside. Yeah, some people are weird about that. Hey, that's a whole nother thing. We should be more mad at him about that, about the license thing. As somebody whose mom was notorious, I'm not gonna snitch on my mom. I'm like Chad Ochocinco. As somebody who I knew in my family, who what's it called? It had license issues and registration stuff. A lot of people just don't care. Actually, I'm gonna put my roommate on blast. I hope he don't hear me while I'm saying this. He got like a tag in another state. That boy took like extra 7 months to get his tag. He don't even care. He be thugging it out. I'm like, hey yo, they gonna come pick you up. He don't care. He just shrug it off. I'm like, all right. All right, but going on, Born a Diva, dang dashcam didn't show us anything. Yeah, it was tough to see. Like some of these things be tough. I did 120 when I was 23. Hey, that's what after the game said, not me. I ain't never hit that 120, not yet. Zaire Channel says, so they pulled 2 cars over. They gave him going 101 and another car going 92. So seem everyone going fast. He'll learn from this. And I do want to point out, if one person is 92, and I thought this is what you were going to say, if one person was going 92, they were right next to someone going 101, and Shedeur says, hey, I got this thing that says I'm not going 101, it might end up where it's not even as big of a deal. But again, you know what I'm saying? It's just you don't want your name out there. Dude, it was handled well by all parties. Shedeur was cool. The police were chill. You ain't catching a break going that many miles over. Yeah, Sam, and that's Sam Adams. That's a dope name. Yeah, like I said, everybody handled it, I think, the best way possible. Shedeur was cool. The cop was cool. Like, you know, C, period. That's a fire name. Says non-story. He has to be more aware. That's true. He will be okay. He needs to learn. He will learn. After the game says Miles Big flipped a 911 and lived. Yeah, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't want to put Miles Garrett on blast. But listen, I just because dog, it looked like a tin can when he was done with it. Miles Garrett Porsche. There it is. Yeah, that thing, boy. Hey, it wasn't the best. Okay, it wasn't the best. All right. He had a bad day. He had a really, really bad day, dog. So you never want that to happen. You never want that to happen. So that's what it was. It was crazy. So shout out to you after the game. Zaire says, so the police officer is basically Grossy brother. Nah, man. And it says in Georgia, if you caught doing 40 over, they take you straight. Hey, GSP do not. Hey, I just got here. Is that Tony Grossi as a cop? Hey, look, we were deep in the off season. I will have to give it to you. I got mad at some dude named Corey on Twitter because he's doing the whole like overhyping Shedeur, and he's even going crazy about this too. And I was like, hey, y'all watch out for him. To be honest with you, at this point, it's just funny. Like this dude, Content Brown, he's got Tony Grossi as like this is hilarious. Y'all are making the offseason a good time. I gotta hey, give it to the Browns fans. My fault. I was trying to be. I put too many capes on. I might have to let y'all do your thing because this is hilarious. This is the greatest I've ever seen in my life. Shout out to you, Intel Plays. Born a Diva says, when I moved, I didn't get a new license until I needed it for something. There you go. Hey, I didn't say that. They wasn't going to do nothing to Shedeur in Colorado. He could have had a Mickey Mouse license. Yeah, Colorado, from what I understand, they just be chilling. That's another thing. He's out there in Colorado, and he probably the mayor of Boulder. You know what I'm saying? May need a cop pick too. Hey, Mary Kay. Oh, hey, you give it a day. There's going to be a Mary Kay cop pick too. Follow Corey. Hey, Corey. Hey, where you been? NCAA finna drop. Oh, that's a good question. Hey, Rico Tubbs asked me about NCAA. I'm going to talk to y'all about that at the end because I still want to get some NCAA streams. I'm probably not going to make videos out about it, but I'll probably just do it on live. Not the point. We gotta wrap. Let me wrap this video up. But I appreciate you for reminding me because I'm going to talk. I'm going to actually let you know right after I finish this. But at the end of the day, like I said, let's put it into this Shedeur stuff. I don't even know if I'm going to post this as a full video. This is just starting my live stream, so this might go up. This might not. But just to all my audience, to everyone. Oh, one more thing, because I love doing this. I'm going to start answering y'all comments. I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but I've been doing a lot more. What's it called? That's crazy. I've been doing a lot more community posts. I'm gonna start asking y'all some questions, right? And I'm gonna start responding to y'all's comments in that way. That doesn't mean that's the only way I'm gonna respond to comments, but I realize that sometimes I'm missing y'all's comments. So I will use the community posts. So go ahead and comment down below, answer these things. So last thing to do, I'm gonna go ahead and answer y'all's comments on the community post. At Tiambre says that makes the news in Cleveland ? Again, we in the dead off season. Shedeur did to himself. We got to get him to another team ASAP. They not for him over there in Cleveland. I think that's an interesting way to go about it. I'm not sure if I agree, but I'm gonna give you a like because I appreciate you commenting. 12 was getting the F. I can't say that word over here. Out of Cleveland, heading to Texas. Hey, that's what. Hey, the Texas theory. I'm saying. Just a thought says they're happy now. Finally got some dirt on him. They will bring that up for the rest of his life. Yeah, that's the thing. I do want to stress. Like I said, they're going to bring this up for a while. I do have to say also, you know what I'm saying? If this is the worst thing they got, we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he went fast one time, and then he was nice to the cop. I don't know how many people in the Browns organization don't have speeding tickets, right? Again, it's not cool to go that fast. XYZ. I'm not justifying it, but when we talk about how we're gonna grade his character, I'd give you more credit if you graded his character on the anonymous quotes, because at least you think there's an NFL player attached to that. But a speeding ticket, like, you're just being a dummy, right? And I hope he learns from it. I hope he gets annoyed, but everybody dragging you. But this time, Shedeur, it's going to be rightful, right? It's going to be rightfully so. You're going to take your lumps. It's going to be whatever. I hope it puts an extra chip on his shoulder. I ain't going to say any of that humbling stuff, but stack them lays, because if he come out throwing them lasers, right, he come out looking like Justin Herbert from some reason, it'll be crazy. At Owen Wandel says the local sports media will have a field day. Yeah. Oh Lord. Yeah. He might get traded. Nah, they're just joking. Sounds like this strip of highway is primed to lead foot individuals. This is a non-story. He should not be speeding. He should not be speeding. That's the most important thing. What does it say? Blurry. You're not from Cleveland if you haven't sped one time. Hey, I'm not from Cleveland. I love Shedeur, but that's extremely excessive. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what that's about. But hey, man, that's what it has. But again, go ahead and respond to those community posts. I'll continue doing those, asking y'all questions and different things. But like a lot of people say, this is a bit of a non-story. Moving on, pushing forward. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. If you're watching this on a video, if I do even upload this as a video, appreciate you. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. Keep being great. We'll see you next time. Peace. But to my live audience, somebody asked me something. My main man, Rico Tubbs. So, to answer you, and I'm not sure how many of y'all were following me back in the college football day. I've done a lot of different videos, man. Obviously that's why I'm CFBT. But anyway, yes, I will be. That's the short answer. I will be playing college football 26. Hey said bye, dude. Okay, what's up, Hey? I will be playing college football 26. I'll probably just be streaming it at the end of streams when I'm done doing my regular situation. All right, so let's get into some of the next Shedeur Sanders situation, right? Now, this is going to be kind of more about the idea that there's such a giant gap between some quarterbacks that Shedeur Sanders doesn't even have a chance. Do you have your eye on anyone in college? What is going on? I'm not in college anymore. So, let me finish answering y'all before I start this next video. I wasn't going to do nothing, but Bing. I am Redeem says he must have been listening to Speed Demon. Get your ticket, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Shout out to Michael Jackson Deep Cut. Shout out to Speed Demon. Well, Speed Demon is not a deep cut. Nah, it's too popular. But I like Speed Demon. Speed Demon that's like a guilty pleasure for me. All right, let me get into the video. I'm gonna start recording this. I'm gonna start recording this, man. As a prospect. Oh, okay. We will be doing, just to let y'all know, because I know I took a while doing that. Sorry, it was a whole 15 minutes. Today, we're actually going to be talking about some college football stuff. We're going to be talking about Jaden Rashada going to Sacramento State. We're going to talk about Sacramento State, them losing their bid or just not getting support for their bid to go to FBS. We're going to talk about Lajohntay Wester, a little bit of NFL. Then we're going to talk about Diego Pavia. He was running his jaw, yapping his smacking his gums, talking about some people. So we are going to talk about that. But do I have eyes on anyone? I say, hey, look out for Colin Simmons, dog. That's what you say. Hook 'em horns. Look out for him. Any true freshman. Ohio State has another number 4, something Sanchez. He's a defensive back. He's scary. But we'll get deeper into that. We'll hop in the Shedeur one. Then we're gonna have some college football stuff towards the middle, and then we'll end it again with some Shedeur Deion stuff. All right. So let's hop right into it. Shedeur Sanders had been getting a lot of positive praise for being the potential QB1 over there for the Browns, but it seems like some of that is coming to a halt. Everybody's favorite hater, Mr. Tony Grossi. Hey, y'all, that's what y'all call him. He seems to be pumping the brakes on a lot of the hype that is coming along with Shedeur Sanders. Look, it's hard to stop the Shedeur hype machine, all right? You're going to have to do a lot more to do that and stop it. But this is what Tony Grossi has to say. He says, to claim the starting job over Flacco, the other quarterbacks are going to have to learn how to run the play-action passing game. You got other reports of the fact that Shedeur Sanders, he says Shedeur Sanders is just so far behind everybody. And we're going to get deeper into that. We're going to start here, obviously, with the Cleveland radio. You got Tony Grossi. He's going to give his thoughts and reports on kind of the fanfare around the starting quarterback. And it seems like the Dillon Gabriel versus Shedeur Sanders battle is just not even close. So let's hear it right away. What does Tony Grossi have to say?
The people in Colorado have been dying for somebody
These
to
are the real questions, right?
They want to know, Tony, why every time you mention Shedeur Sanders, particularly when it comes to his success, you also mention Dillon Gabriel. Like, Shedeur's success can't live on its own. It's always living in your mind with Dillon Gabriel alongside of him.
These are the real questions, dog.
That seems to be the case.
I just think Gabriel is overlooked because of the massive shadow that Shedeur casts. And I get the feeling that everyone thinks Shedeur is the only player out there working hard. And he's the only one who's the last to leave. But I think people are overlooking. There's another quarterback that the Browns rated higher than him. So be prepared if you see that guy play before Shedeur, because they like him a lot.
Nah, dog. Nobody is saying that. Okay, that's crazy. Like, I don't like the fact that, you know, and Tony Grossi's older, right? I'm not calling him old, but he's an older gentleman. For the generation that likes to come down on, you know, younger generations for, you know, how people say participation trophies and XYZ and all this other stuff. I mean, is there anything more participation trophy than, well, I mean, Dillon Gabriel's not getting any. Okay, that means he has less pressure? I don't understand. If Dillon Gabriel is actually working and actually improving, like on this channel we have shown, and we're going to get into some film at the back end of this video, but we show consistently Dillon Gabriel can spin it. I tell y'all, y'all call me a glazer, and some of y'all call me a hater when I praise Dillon Gabriel. But the lefty's got some zip on him. There is a reason why he was drafted in the third round. Right, he's the leader in FBS touchdown, I believe, in career touchdown record for FBS football. It's a lot of words to say that he threw a lot of touchdowns. He's operated in some high-powered offenses, right? He's played in college football playoff. He's done some things, tangible, intangible, right? Great dude. Great dude. One of the first things he did when he got out of, when he got to the league, he bought his alma mater in high school, brand new, I think they were Jordan too, brand new football uniforms. You know who talked about that? This channel, dog. And I'm not saying I'm the end all be all, but to say that people aren't giving credit to Dillon Gabriel, you mean there's not a magnifying glass on Dillon Gabriel? You mean that he can just sit back in the cut, and if he's really getting better, and if he's really widening the gap on Shedeur Sanders, like some of these reports say, what's the issue? What would be the problem? And then I have to say, to the other point, at what point, back to the whole, like, you know, participation trophy thing, Dillon Gabriel wasn't popular coming out of college. And that's disrespectful. Not to say he wasn't popular. I like Dillon Gabriel. But I mean, like a social media, like a figure. That's just not his bag. He's a cool dude. He be vibing. He's dope. He's super nice, super humble, like Polynesian. He's awesome. No one has anything, I don't think, negative to say about Dillon Gabriel, but he's not flicking up. I think he does TikTok dances with his lady. You feel me? He's got that fresh Pacifica, that Chrysler Pacifica. He went viral for that. I think that was cool. He's a good character, dog. But Shedeur Sanders has had a camera on him since he was like in middle school. So it's not a disrespect to Dillon Gabriel. It's that the aunties know about that. That's why there's the CU aunties. And not to disrespect any of their, because I'm sure there's some college sports who got their auntie allegiance. So let me not even disrespect any college aunties, all right? But I don't know many auntie conglomerations that go as hard as the CU aunties do for Shedeur. That's a whole different demographic, right? Ball players know Dylan Gabriel, and they know he's a ball player. They know he's a dog, right? So this argument, Tony Grossi, is so crazy to me, and I hate when people make this argument because it's like you're a football media dude talking to other football intensely media people, right? Or at least people who are intently locked into football. So this lazy argument that, well, people just think that Dylan Gabriel's over there just twiddling his fingers. When I have reports that say Albert Breer on 92.3, the fan, discussed why the Browns didn't give Shedeur Sanders any first-team reps during the spring. Are we serious? Like, Tony Grossi, you're coming out saying that, what's it called? Dylan Gabriel's not getting the right media coverage? Because that's the only thing you can be mad about, because Shedeur Sanders is the only quarterback that hasn't had first-team reps. Dylan Gabriel has. So what are you petitioning for? Are you petitioning for a media coverage? At that point, you're just asking for the circus that y'all didn't want with Shedeur, right? And this is the quote that they said. They say, I think Shedeur, and this isn't any fault of his own, that's what they said, had a lot more ground to cover than Dylan Gabriel. Because of that, it's harder to put him out there with the first team. Breer recalled his own reports during the pre-draft process about how Shedeur wasn't as up to speed on NFL concepts despite having Deion and Pat Shurmur coaching him, which was the craziest thing because, and don't worry, I got Tommy Reese is going to go ahead and say, hey, the exact opposite, but whatever. He had a bigger learning curve than Dylan Gabriel. There were teams that were stunned by how little Shedeur knew relative to what they thought. He was pretty far behind. This would explain why the Browns wanted Shedeur to work separate from the other quarterbacks and get as many practice reps as possible against the backups. I think the reality is he was pretty far behind to begin with. That's pretty damning. Now, do I agree with that fully? I think we need to kind of go with that because I think Tommy Reese says the exact opposite. But is that truthful, right? I believe in something, right? And it stems off something one of my high school football coaches said. And he says, you hang around, you start smelling like you feel me? And I have that saying about if somebody says something about you and they consistently say it about you, there has to be some sort of truth in it. Now, while this is the second time we've heard reports of teams being shocked by, oh my God, he doesn't, he just doesn't know anything, XYZ, he's so far behind. I only have two reports of that. I have the people who are front facing and what they consistently say, right? What they consistently say is that he does know what he's doing, that he is prepared. I saw somebody go out there and say, oh, well, why, if he was prepared, why didn't people say that report was a lie? Deion Sanders did say it was a lie. So I'm having a hard time to believe that there's only two and it's only anonymous. It's only my sources have this and that. But again, like I continue to say, the people with the names, the offensive coordinator for the Browns say that, hey, he's been putting in work in the classroom, in the playbook. So, hey, man, but let me hear what Tony Grossi also has to say about here. And I want to say one more thing about that Dylan Gabriel thing.
You've seen some training camp circuses. You were here for Tim Couch. You were here for Johnny Manziel. You were here for Baker Mayfield's rookie year and Brady Quinn's rookie year. What is going to be unique or different about Shedeur in training camp and preseason games?
Well, he's got such incredible fan support that I think if he isn't given any opportunities, the Browns are going to hear about that from their fans. I think at training, when fans attend training camp, it'll be obvious he's the most popular guy on the team.
Jeez.
I could feel that.
The
already.
Fourth-string quarterback is the most popular guy on the team.
Tony, I feel like you stopped short of saying the fans are going to riot.
No, but I think if they comport themselves like they do online, they may. Because I think there's a natural curiosity, too, even from unbiased fans of the Browns. Like, what is so special? Why does everyone love this guy so much?
What is so special? Why do people love this guy so much? Now, I don't mean to frame it in a way that makes it seem like I'm being a little bit critical of what Tony Grossi is gonna put down or what he is putting down. But I'm happy that he said it because it leads me back to the point to end this part, right? Because we got some actual throws to get into. We're gonna watch a little film from people, right? And this is what former Browns offensive lineman again. Now this does not conflate what Albert Breer says, but we keep getting reports like this, right? And this is also on 92.3 The Fan. So this is from the same place, just a different report. When asked which quarterback impressed him the most, former Browns offensive lineman says Jason Pinkston pointed at Shedeur Sanders after watching him practice last week. He says, I do like Shedeur. I saw him throw some balls to some windows, and I was like, wow, he throws a really nice football. Now, that does not go against what he's saying right here. I think the reality, he was pretty far behind. This idea, right, and it's crazy because, you know, the video I just made about Peter Schragg's, what's it called? Peter Schragg's was on Pat McAfee show, and I made a video about it, and I was like, hey, don't change the narrative. Stick with the narrative. In the narrative, which is, again, if this is what you're going with, you know, go with it, was that, you know, he just couldn't read defenses, and it was impossible. It was all this stuff. So stick with this narrative. Don't come out, and that's what I see with a lot of the mainstream media, because they know what Shedeur Sanders brings, right? They're trying to spin it to be like, oh, well, we just thought, you know, it was an unconventional draft style. We just thought, he didn't throw at the combine. That's why he they're going to gaslight. So I do respect this person for saying that, hey, this did align with some of the things that were said. I can't, hey, y'all know me. I'm gonna keep it peach and keen. But again, I'm gonna fight against that because Deion has said it, and you know how much you believe Deion. Hey, it's up to you. It's up to you. But that's what Deion. Hey, that's Shedeur's people. That's his only representation. I gotta believe that. I have to believe with offensive coordinators at the NFL level, and Pat Shurmur stamping him. I have to believe that he gave him at least something, right? And then on top of that, I have to ask the question, right? You know, how often. What's it called? How often has Shedeur Sanders even gotten a snap under? It's taking a snap, rather. I'm sorry, taking a snap, not just a shotgun, but underneath the gosh darn pipe. What is it called? Under center. Jeez, I don't know why I can get it out. How often has he really been under center? That is a bigger change than I think a lot of people realize too. But it could be for a plethora of things. Do I think that it's possible that he was underdeveloped? Sure. But do I think that the Oregon offensive scheme was even more advanced? I don't know. You know, I don't know if the Oregon offense or the Oklahoma I'll give you that. Oklahoma, it would probably be a little more advanced. UCF's offensive scheme, I think that was still Gus Malzahn back then. If I'm, you know, please correct me, UCF fans, all 12 of y'all that are in my audience, y'all please let me know. But let's get into it. Let's get deeper into, you know, what these guys bring to the table, both on and off the field. And I want to stress this. This is, I know we're gonna start with Tommy Rees, offensive coordinator. Speaking specifically about what Shedeur Sanders has worked on, not just being on the field, but in the classroom.
He's worked his tail off. You know, he's really putting in a lot of work, as was like all those guys are. But you know, you could tell on the mental side of the game and learning the system and calling it and having that rhythm to it. You know, he's put a lot of work and time and effort into that. And then when you do that, the game starts to slow down and you can focus on finding completions. And he's done a nice job of that as camp progressed.
Again, the stressor there now, because y'all know I like to be fair. I like to be fair. Could he have been saying that because, hey, Shedeur Sanders, he actually had to spend more time, you know, learning about stuff? Because I will say, and I don't know how much y'all trust Mary Kay, right? I don't know how much y'all trust Mary Kay, but Mary Kay also reported that, hey, the only like issue that Shedeur Sanders had problems with is pre-snap stuff, is pre-snap and play calling. Other than that, obviously you can't deny what he does when he throws the football. I mean, he's making these, if it is all second team, he's making these second teamers look pretty good. This ball is just absolutely phenomenal. And this throw, I like this throw a lot because it really demonstrates why both Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel fit in this offense, and while they're both going to have to nail and claw to get either first team reps and or to finally start, because it's going to take a lot, because they both require and do things, and they have the mentality, right? There's a certain mentality to want to throw over a linebacker, over a covered wide receiver at the back of the end zone. That takes a bit of, hey, I got some balls for you, right? I got a big pair of them. Okay. Is this another touchdown here? We're just getting through some of the things. Another angle of that, again, I just think this really says for the most Stefanskiest throw of all time. Is this the only throw I got? Oh, don't worry. We can just go right over here, dog. Don't you worry. Let's get into some more throws here. Just watch some stuff, and man, I just have to say the zip has the spirals are tight. Everything is smooth right now, man. Oh, this is that interception again. We're not gonna go for the interception again. What else we got? We got plenty of different ones. Man. Plenty of different. Oh, here's a long one too. But yeah, to end off the Shedeur, because we're gonna, we gotta talk about Dillon Gabriel. I know some of y'all don't like it. You can click off the video now if you don't like us talking about Dillon Gabriel. What I see is, again, to the main point, and the point that we're going to get to Dillon Gabriel is somebody who's got the idea, who wants to really put the ball in a lot of great places and has the arm talent to back the things up and back up the throws that he's doing. He's making the receivers look good. And I think that's something that's very underrated, but you get that for a lot of quarterbacks who just put balls in really good spots. And a lot of my commenters have said, he prides himself on throwing a ball that just you want to catch, right? It's easy to catch. You're not going to burn your hands up trying to deal with it. So I think a lot of these things that he's showing physically wise, right, are shining through. But we also have to be fair, and we have to be fair and to give Dillon Gabriel his credit, like we're about to do, and saying, look, is it a possibility that, because you can frame things, right? I can frame Shedeur Sanders not knowing offenses as, oh, he just doesn't know offenses. Or I can frame it as, well, Pat Shermer ran a different offense. And the offense that Shedeur was running before was a different offense. You don't think having 8 offensive coordinators also doesn't make you probably not as deep? It makes you very shallow. He's probably heard a lot of concepts, right? But is his understanding deep? Probably not, right? Going from Oklahoma offense to the Oregon offense is probably similar for Dillon Gabriel. Not to disrespect Dillon Gabriel, because again, if he's ready, he's ready. He's prepared, right? But at the same time, does that mean he doesn't know offenses? No. I think having all those coordinators might have helped him in adaptability, and we might see him be able to We might see him be able to not even mature, but maybe just learn a little quicker, right? And maybe that's what he has, and maybe that's what he puts together. But for Dillon Gabriel, right? Why like Dillon Gabriel? Why do you think he's a guy? This was pre-draft. This was back in April. So again, Tony Grossi, if you think people don't think that he's a guy, let's hear what some people were saying pre-draft about old Dillon Gabriel.
People think that Dillon Gabriel has like marginal NFL tools physically, but he's athletic, he's strong, and he's got a strong arm. Like Dillon Gabriel has functional, if not pretty solid, NFL physical traits other than the fact that he's short.
I think he zips it, man. I mean, better arm than Will Howard, better arm than Jackson Dart, than Shedeur Sanders, and some of the other guys that are considered to be big arm, or, that are considered either near the top of the draft, or a guy like Will Howard, who's considered a toolsy type of player.
The other thing, obviously, is literally the most experienced quarterback to enter the NFL ever. 63 starts in college. That's already that's now breaking the Bo Nix record, which was the previous most experience ever. Unlike Bo Nix, he was actually good everywhere. Like Bo Nix at least had struggles on his way to being everywhere. A 60 start quarterback. Like Dillon Gabriel was good everywhere.
Proof's in the pudding there. And like I said, UCF, I believe he had an injury here. But 3,600 yards, 3,500 yards, the efficiency only just gets better with age. These 2 years in particular are phenomenal in my opinion. 3,600 yards in Oklahoma. I hate Oklahoma because I'm a Longhorn fan, so I didn't like what you were doing. But he did a great 69% percentage, and then follows that up in a better offense, mind you, more weapons, but still 72% completion. He's asked to throw the ball even more. 3,857 yards with another 30 touchdown. Keeps this consistent, keeps the interceptions consistent, stays out of there, and then does some dirty work on the ground as well. And then you got to see him absolutely zip the ball. I want that touchdown over. Do I have it here? I think I do. We got a few throws for him. And the zip is so apparent with him. It's actually kind of ridiculous. That thing hops out of his hand, and he drills these balls. These balls are hard. They're fast. They've got a lot of velocity. But hey, Shedeurs are nice little rainbows too. So I say all that to say, look, Tony. I don't think anyone doesn't think Dillon Gabriel isn't putting in hard work. I think anyone who's watching football and anyone who's been watching OTAs see the velocity. They see him not make many mistakes, right? Obviously, he's had his interceptions or XYZ. And I do want to point that out. That was in, I better watch out for DG now. That thing nice, right? I do want to point out that was in rookie OTA. So he hasn't really had any interceptions in, actual real deal OTAs in these situations. But regardless, both of these quarterbacks, they really have a lot of tools that work well in what Kevin Stefanski wants to do and wants to make happen. It's going to be hard and tough sledding for both of these quarterbacks. But hey, look, if some people are saying that the NFL players really like Shedeur Sanders, and then other people are saying, well, Dillon Gabriel really has the opportunity in when it comes to pre-snap and things like that. We're at a crossroads here, and something's got to give. Something's got to give immediately. But hey, man, y'all let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Please like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes, sizes, and form. Continue to be great. We'll see you next time. Peace. Live audience, don't leave because we're not leaving. All right, let me read the comments. We got some comments. First off, it says Tej 420. I'm just call you 420. You're in my lives all the time. It means a lot when you say something, but I think they're hating on me. Let's hear it. Let's see what this guy says. It says, you make bread on uploads. Please save the live streams for preseason and big games. Interesting. It sucks. I was here when you had 35 people for live for a national championship game. And what I'll say to you is that we going to have more for the next national championship game. And matter of fact, I know you're probably not happy with me. I know. But I'm you know what I'm saying? Cause you do be here. So to stamp you, I went ahead and made you a moderator. All right. I fight love. You know what I'm saying? I fight hate with love. You know, I don't think you're hating on me. Hey, yo, little big homie, let's get that college football league ready and make it for money. Oh, y'all trying to run my pockets in college football 25? That's absolutely, or 26 or 25, whichever one. What's going on in the Shedeur news? Oh, wow. Born a Diva says the 4-year-olds be asking about Shedeur. But hey, man, that's important. Way before you start talking about Caitlin Clark and Cunningham wanting all the smoke, she got to action immediately. Hey, that's not for me. I keep the I think John the Liquidator, I think he does some Caitlin Clark stuff. It says, I'm sorry for checking in. I was listening to some Skazoo. Kevin Thompson says Grossy loves Gabriel. Like, to a weird point. Like, I get what you're trying to do, but you're almost doing the exact opposite of you're taking away Dillon Gabriel's advantage as a third-round quarterback, and that's something that Shedeur doesn't have the luxury of, to go under the radar and not have everything be magnified like things are going to be. But you know, it is what it is. William Hopkins says he's a hater. Gilgamesh says no one cares about the whining fans. Teja says Texas versus Duke for B-ball. Are you cool with that? Texas versus Duke B-ball. Excuse me. Williams Hopkins, shout out to you. Todd Packer is trolling. It says Yone Plumbing says Dillon Gabriel has some work to do if drafting left-handed quarterbacks have taught us anything, such as the last successful left-handed quarterback being Steve Young with 5 seasons. He led completion percentage 68% of his career, and that does have to be addressed whenever you become or if you try to. Whoa. What? I just don't ban, dude. Whoa, don't ban, dude. Whoa. What's going on? Somebody trolling? Wait. Somebody got banned. What happened? Sorry, I was still reading the comments. So without confirmation from the actual team, we are running with the narrative Shedeur is not picking up the playbook fast enough. No, I'm actually running with the narrative from Tommy Rees, the offensive coordinator, that he is picking up the playbook quite well. The Global Relay says, "Yep, that's what it seems we're running with." It's not what I said. AB and Stefanski like Dylan too, though. That's very fair. That's very, very fair. LeBron sped 100 miles per hour to Shedeur, a certified legend. That's crazy. Myles Garrett almost, well, we did talk about that. NFL career is probably over. Browns will cut him over this. Okay. That's not that big of a deal. We'll see when the camp starts. Cleveland needs to respect the left-handed QB1. Disaster. Gabriel has 0 tickets and he doesn't speed. Well, it's hard to speed in a Pacifica, I will say. Yahoo Sports just posted Shedeur got a speeding ticket going 102 miles per hour. Dog, we've already talked about it. It's not that big of a dealio from a Helio, but don't be speeding though, because it is that big of a deal. Because we don't want y'all boys going fast. All right, commenters, we got a few more things to get into today. We've talked about Shedeur versus Dylan Gabriel. Now, I will let y'all pick what y'all want to do, and if y'all don't comment, I'll just make a poll so y'all can let me know. We can check in on the Ravens. They just got you know who, Jair Alexander, reuniting Lamar Jackson. We got Jaden Rashada in Sacramento State out there. They got some problems and issues. I think this is the one that's going to win, but we'll see. We have we're going to check in on Deion Sanders' recruits. There's a new Well-Off Media video, and they're running a player-led practice, so we can check in that, talk about my most impactful freshman coming into next season. And then we have NFL legends defending Shedeur Sanders. And this one actually I think is the most funnest. That's not a real word, but the quarterback that turned down Deion Sanders at Jackson State, Diego Pavia. So y'all let me know what y'all want to do. Y'all want to go more Shedeur? Y'all want to go Diego Pavia, turn down Deion? Y'all want to go Deion, Jaden Rashada? What y'all want to do? The Ravens, okay. Of course, Tej. Look, man, don't be so mad that I'm live streaming. I'm just trying things out, man. We are still gonna be live streaming with the games and post games and all that fun stuff. Don't worry. No problem. Jackson says the Ravens. If no one else comments, we're gonna do the Ravens. We're gonna check in on Lajohntay. There's not a lot to check in on Lajohntay. He did take us. He was flicking himself up at the what's it called? What do you call it? At the media day. How you say for the Ravens. And I do want to also look at some throwback FAU stuff, dog. I think that's fine. Ravens. We got 2 Ravens. Oh, shout out to Tanisa. She does a great thing. Ravens. Oh, everybody's Ravens. Everybody's Ravens. I like it. All right, let's get into it. Hey, what's up, Ty? Can I call you Ty? Can I call you Nisa? Let me know. I don't want to disrespect you. But let's get right into it. There's a lot to talk about. First live, what's up? Jackson. Hey, I'm doing great. I haven't been going live very often, so I'm new to the game too. I'm just getting used to it. I appreciate you for rocking with me and being here. So I hope your day's been good. My day's been smooth. I had a little flat tire situation I had to get handled. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I got a new jack though. I got a new jack. That thing was fresh. It was cool. Got some jack stands. I thought I broke the frame. Okay, we'll go with Nisa. I think that's smooth. Thank you so much for a membership. Miss Nisa is a member. So if y'all want to be a member, I think it's like whatever, $4 or something like that. Currently, I'm not doing anything special, except for y'all are getting, your special emotes and, y'all get priority for comments and things like that. I will be adding for my members, though. I'm going to add another tier. The people who are here first, who are already subscribed, I'll just let y'all have access to it. But the other members, basically, we're going to do some, just things that are going to be copyrighted. Basically, if y'all want to watch me react to things that would be copyrighted, Colorado games, XYZ, film breakdowns, I can't just put them on YouTube because they'll body slam me. But I can give it to my members. If you're interested, go ahead and sign up. But let's get right into it. Y'all talking about kick. Melissa Porter says, dude, the biggest problem Shedeur has is content creators like me posting lies about him for views. Well, Melissa, I would love for you, before we get into this, Melissa says I'm lying. I would love for you just to let me know what I've lied about Shedeur, because there are a lot of content creators that do lie about Shedeur. I'm not going to call any creators out, but I had a creator take my thumbnail. And he's known for having lies in his thumbnail or lies in his titles. So I got specific examples. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't be lying on Shedeur. I always keep it even. I always keep it pretty consistent. But you let me know, Melissa, and then after I finish this video that we're gonna talk about with the Ravens, maybe we'll have something. 38 on the jersey. 38. It's 83, dog. It's in the mirror, cuz. It's in the mirror. Oh, here we go. Here's Melissa Porter. This is a perfect example of why these live streams are jokes. They don't even do research. They just post-ish off the top of their heads. 12 will be cut. Oh, that's crazy. Bruh, it says 8. Melissa, I'm asking you, what did I say? You keep saying that. Melissa, what did I say? Melissa thinks I'm a liar. I don't know why. Tell me why. All right. Well, if you ain't going to tell me why, Melissa, you're just saying. See, she said, and this right here's the problem. Y'all just be posting. What are you talking? What do you mean? I got the facts here, cuz. I don't know what y'all be talking about, cuz. I don't know what y'all be talking about. All right. I'm about to make the video. The Ravens are the deadliest team in the NFL. All of a sudden, you got Lamar Jackson, a lot of people's favorite when it comes to winning an MVP. He just won another version of MVP. We're going to get into that. Lamar Jackson's looking good. You just extended Derrick Henry. You just signed Lamar Jackson's best friend out of Louisville, Jair Alexander. You solved one of your biggest issues, and that's an outside corner. This defense is looking like the old Ravens defense when I was growing up. This is kind of scary. And Lajohntay Wester is just kind of benefiting from all this. Like, we're going to check in with him. Not a lot of updates with Lajohntay, I got to be honest with you. He just taking flicks with the 8-3 on. But we do have a lot of updates of the Ravens in general. So we're going to get into that, kind of have a conversation there. So I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. If you enjoy these videos, like it. If you don't like them, dislike it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes. Let's get right into it. And now we got a special little moment here for Lajohntay. We're also going to check out some FAU content because the last time I made not even last time. Yesterday I made a video about all of the different recruits that Deion Sanders basically has sent over like just the last year to the NFL. And a comment that I saw, I forgot who the comment was, but they made it such a great comment because I was talking about how, look, Lajohntay, safety blanket, he does everything. He can take the top off. He can go underneath. He going to do whatever. And I think that makes him such a great asset for the Ravens, right? Because I think he's going to be used, sure, in special teams, but he's also going to be used in the receiving game. He's also going to be used here and there and everywhere, right? And I think that makes things even better for what he can do. We saw what we saw his versatility and what he was able to do with the Buffaloes. So now you get with a big time offensive coordinator. Hey, maybe that grows even greater. So I would love to see how that kind of maneuvers there. And more importantly, they said that this boy Lajohntay Wester was nice even at FAU. He was nice everywhere he went, dog. I think he posted in 1,000-yard and a 900-yard season. So like he came from Florida, from FAU to Colorado, already being an 1,000-yard receiver to go ahead and put 900 something yards and just 10 touchdowns in the same room, in the same wide receiver room as a man who went for 1,400 yards. So just a little throwback, Lajohntay. Just let y'all know he been cooking them Florida boys for a long time, man. He been cooking them Florida boys for a long time. Shout out to Lajohntay, man. I do think that he is in a great opportunity. With a defense like this. Oh my God! Look at these boys. Look at these boys. This is some scary dog. This is some scary dog. So, Jair Alexander, if you're not familiar, to be 100% truthful, right? And before we even get into the full defensive breakdown, this is somebody who has not really been able to finish the last 2 seasons, right? I think he's played 7 games last season, right? I think the main reason why the Packers didn't go ahead and sign him, who was, if I'm not mistaken, a former All-Pro, All-Star, all that good stuff, right? Oh, sorry, Pro Bowler, all that good stuff, right? Sorry, I've been watching too much NBA playoffs. Is because of the injury history, because he hasn't been available, because he hasn't really been able to consistently be on the field, and I want to talk about kind of 2 things when I talk about this Ravens defense. Is that the idea that all they needed was a true alpha dog cornerback too, right? You had or just outside corner, right? Maybe Nate Wiggins is cornerback too, and whatever. But you need another outside cornerback, right? Marlon Humphreys, who correct me if I'm wrong, he was playing like true corner, coming out of Alabama, but then moved inside and has been playing as one of the best dime players. Not dime, best nickels. Jeez, I cannot give you that. One of the best nickels in all the NFL, if not the best nickel in the NFL. So you have someone who's going to be shutting down any shifty slots. You have Kyle Hamilton, who just gets put all over the field. He doesn't do too bad when it comes to coverage as well, in the box, all over the place. Nate Wiggins is a robot. That dude is a problem out of Clemson. He shuts things down. He's physical. He is what I like to call the prototypical corner, right? I would like to see him get a little bit bigger, but he's long. He's rangy. He does well in zone coverage as well as being disruptive in man coverage and physical in man coverage as well. And he gets after that ball. And then you add somebody. Obviously, and then Malachi Starks, and who knows that he can play everywhere. He can play in the slot. He can play X. He can play in the box. He can play free safety, strong safety. Malachi Starks, the reason why he was known as such a high safety prospect over the likes of Andrew Makuba. Shout out to Andrew Makuba, Texas Longhorn. That's my guy. Also former Clemson Tiger too. But a lot of people thought that he should have been, up there. Xavier Watts should have been up there. But when it comes to versatility at a high level, there wasn't, I don't think, a player more versatile than Malachi Starks. And if there was a player right underneath, it was, Andrew Makuba. But not the point, and maybe Jahdae Brown, but he's a corner, yada, yada, yada. So Malachi Starks reminds me of a corner playing safety, right? You don't want to see him in man coverage. You don't want to see Malachi Starks in man coverage, but then he can play free safety, strong safety with the likes of him. So I'm fine with him kicking into the inside. I'm fine with him taking down another slot. Maybe you let Kyle Hamilton roam even more because now you have somebody who can come in and do those different things. It's a lot of nastiness. It's a lot of nastiness right now. Just picking up Jair Alexander, and that's hoping that Jair Alexander can pan out and do great things. It's going to be tough because there have been injuries, right? But I think, if anything, the former MVP getting his guy, I think it's priceless, right? I think it's priceless. Here's Kyle Hamilton speaking on getting Jair Alexander pretty quick.
How fast that news broke. He shout out Anthony Miller. He just requested that. We were at lunch. And we literally, Lamar told us, and 5 seconds later, we see it on Pat McAfee show. So that's crazy. But great addition.
Oh, Pat McAfee show leaking
he's
stuff?
One of the best in this league since he got in it. And to have anybody like that, no matter what position room, especially as a DB, it's super valuable. And I'm super out of breath because we literally just finished practice. But excited to have him. Been talking to him a lot. Cool dude.
Cool dude. So great words there. And obviously, Jair Alexander, former Louisville guy. So just yesterday, I believe, and not to say that this just happened all yesterday, but just yesterday, Lamar Jackson says, "Go get him, Eric." That's my boy Jair. Obviously cut by the Packers. The compensation update is a $4 million guaranteed contract, 1 year deal up to $6 million. And obviously, you can see Lamar Jackson and Jair Alexander. You know what I'm saying? They feeling it, dog. They feeling it, dog. Hey, he said sign on the wall. That's kind of fresh, man.
I don't got a number right now, do I? No. Right. Well, we'll just come back to that right now. Number sign.
Yeah.
Boom.
You feel me? You feel me? You like to see that, man. Let's get into some of these clips and then kind of end it off too. I'm gonna let these clips play, and I'm also gonna read some of my live comments before I do that. And here, Melissa actually was calling me a liar. So let's see what Melissa has to say. Melissa says 12 not getting cut, Haslam not letting it happen. Okay, there you go. Viral Authority says, dang, Melissa came in hating. Hey, it happens to the best of us. T says, Haslam got that IVU league, Colt in Cleveland. Ivy League, my fault. I'm not trying to disrespect your name, but she says, I can't believe Bill Haslam is the son of Jimmy Haslam, of which was the former governor of Tennessee. Browns and Titans. Hooey. Rhyming accidentally. That's kind of fresh. I got my live chat, they be going crazy. My live chat be putting some bars on the wax. Green Fist Garden says there is no way Shedeur is behind mentally. He has had more experience adjusting to new offenses for different. Okay. We will talk about that, but we are speaking about the Ravens. So let me finish up the Ravens. If you're not watching live and you want me to read your comments, because I read all my comments and everybody in the chat, y'all let me know. Y'all come join the live. We'll be live and streaming more. But to finish up this video, right? Let's hear what not hear, but see Lamar Jackson receive
I'm sure you've heard Eric Costa, John Harbaugh,
another MVP award.
You're their MVP. Well, you're also the MVP for the Pro Football Writers Association. So for the third time in Lamar Jackson's career, he is voted MVP by PFWA.
Hey.
I appreciate you, Especially the Football Writers of America. I thank you guys so much.
Hey.
You guys so much, man. Dang, I got an MVP, baby.
Look, man, and I'm happy that I get to talk about Lamar because Lajohntay's here and y'all like Lajohntay, and you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good heritage there because I think Lamar Jackson is such a great model for the way that people are trying to do Shedeur Sanders. And I hate to bring it, I'm sorry, but y'all started talking about Shedeur Sanders in my live comments, but it'll be brief, right? And what I mean by that is that, like, man, they tried to paint Lamar Jackson.
Man.
They tried to paint him as everything but what he is. And that is a humble, hardworking dog of a football player who not is just humble and hardworking, is a good dude, right? I'm not sure if y'all know, but in NFL media, as you've seen, because if you're watching this, you probably watched my Shedeur videos. As you've seen with the Browns media, the NFL media ain't the, you know what I'm saying? They don't have the best reputation. Okay, they got some problems. They do things in a certain odd way. So the fact that he goes out of his way to be like, hey, you know what? I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And now on top of that, but obviously you get voted that way, and you see the way his reception is. That's just who Lamar is, right? And I think some people want to maybe again rewrite things and be like, oh man, maybe there was a humble, but no, in Louisville, that's who Lamar Jackson was. That's who he was. He's a soft-spoken guy. He comes in, he gonna outwork you, right? And he gonna get his money on and get up out of there, right? And uplift other people while he's doing it. I think he's just someone who's just a great model of what it means to be your own person and being a quarterback, right? Sometimes, very Allen Iverson-y, if I could compare him to somebody else, because again, Shedeur is not there yet because you gotta get you a few MVPs and we had that conversation, right? Don't mess about LJ. That boy go hard. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think Shedeur can do it. I think he can make it happen, right? But to compare him, Lamar Jackson, somebody, it has to be Allen Iverson, right? Somebody who marches to the beat of their own drum, right? Did Allen Iverson stay out of trouble? I wasn't that old whenever Allen Iverson was running around. I just know he had the braids. I knew he was fresh. I knew people gave him a hard time. Right, for the way that he carried himself, although there wasn't a lot of negatives from what I could see. That's what I see in Lamar Jackson, right? I see somebody who does not do anything besides jet skiing and hanging out with Kodak Black. Those are the most problematic things that Lamar Jackson does. So I just love to see that we can kind of shine a light on somebody like this who just does a lot of positive stuff. Let's hear what he has to say about. There's some old people on this Ravens team. He's going to talk about DeAndre Hopkins real quick.
I'm just gonna say that guy dope, man. He's different, man. I seen him. I threw him like a shallow today. He caught the ball so smooth, got up like I don't even think he put his other hand on the ground to get up. He just caught the ball and just saw it. I'm like, bro, that's some vet type stuff, like some super vet type stuff. It's just dope to have him, man. I'm looking forward to throwing a lot of touchdowns to him this year.
You feel me? As a Texans fan, I'm always gonna be a DeAndre Hopkins fan, and I think he went like 2 years without dropping a pass or something like that. So that boy could be 97 years old. Too many basketball analogies, but he's going to be like Ray Allen. As long as you can sit in that corner and do that three, DeAndre Hopkins going to be able to catch that back shoulder fade until he 87. I promise you. You can line him up out there. He going to be all right. D-Hop going to find a way. But, hey, that's all we got for Lamar Jackson. Just a quick update on the Ravens. Check out the Jair Alexander situation. Check out what they got going on with Lamar Jackson. Watch a few clips. Have a good time. We're going to obviously be keeping up with, the Ravens as things move along here. There's the Bateman and stuff like that. But really appreciate y'all rocking me. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content. Comment if there's something that you want to see. We'll see you next time. All right. Peace. All right, man. We're really knocking these videos out, huh? All right. We got Jaden Rashada or the quarterback that called out Deion Sanders. Those are your two options. So comment what you want to see. I'm about to read the comments while y'all comment what video y'all want to see next. You got Jaden Rashada in Sacramento State or the quarterback that turned down Deion Sanders. TJ Hatter pronounce what's going on? Is T Jada Hater is how it's pronounced. Oh, T Jada Hater is how it's pronounced. T Jada Hater. Oh, Busy Enough says I skipped you. Busy. Browns versus Titans is going to be bigger than the Super Bowl. I believe that's like week 14. That's like super late week. They knew what they was doing there. TJ the Hater. Okay, I'm messing with that. Let me read some of these comments. If I missed any, did I miss any? I can't believe. All right, read that. I read Billy Nuff said's both of his comments. Browns versus Titans, that is late season, so that should be dope. Green Fish Garden says there is no way Shedeur is. Oh, yeah, we already read this. Oh, I did skip you. My fault. Busy Enough said I really did skip you. Football claps. The quarterback. Okay, the quarterback, Deion Sanders quarterback. Okay, cool. You know what? Both. You do a great. Oh, thank you, Deep Molly. Though we will do both, but we're just gonna start with the quarterback that turned down Deion Sanders at Jackson State. I think that's a really good. Okay, TJ the Hater. I got it right the first time. TJ the Hater. Okay, we want to do the quarterback that turned down. What's it called? Who's it? What's it? Deion Sanders. Now let me confirm. I think it's this video right here. But regardless, I have a full article. Here it is. Here's the full article. Yep. Diego Pavia makes stance clear on why he rejected Deion Sanders' recruitment offer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to watch some of the vids. Just so you know before I start recording the video. I'm going to watch some of the vids because he's talking kind of spicy. He's talking spicy to a lot of people. And then we're going to hop into the Deion Sanders stuff. And then go through and fro and then talk about some of these other claims that he had. Okay. All right. Let's hop right into it. Diego Pavia is known for a lot of things. I think, the first thing that comes to mind has to be him being Alabama or maybe getting an infinite eligibility glitch from the NCAA. But something that you might not know that he just revealed on Busting with the Boys is that he turned down an offer from Deion Sanders. Well, this was back in his FCS days, back when he was at New Mexico Military College, I think it was. Back there, Jackson State, Deion Sanders was still making a big powerhouse, and he looked at Diego Pavia and said, hey, you want to back up Shedeur Sanders? And Diego did not like that a lot. So today what we're going to do is we're going to listen to a few clips from Diego Pavia because this boy been talking spicy, okay? For all of my just college football fans in general, he probably dissed your team. I'm sorry. He was coming at South Carolina. Alabama had problems. He went after the whole Big Ten. He said y'all are soft as baby. So, hey, I don't know what to say. But hey, if you like these videos, like them. If you don't, dislike them. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content, and all things in between. What does Diego Pavia have to say for himself?
This is why I like JUCO too, because in JUCO, no matter if you're a 5-star, no star, coaches try to make it out too. So it's best player on the field all times. I transferred in with this 4-star, and it was me versus 4-star. I legitimately beat out a 4-star. That's when I knew stars didn't mean nothing. Took it over, and then the next year we won the national championship. I had 3 offers. I had Jackson State, where Deion was, New Mexico State, and then St. Francis. Our head coach, Coach Kill, and Coach Beck, our offensive coordinator, they're watching the game. The night before, they offered the other kid that we're about to play against. And my OC knows I kind of get fired up about that stuff. So he comes in my room. He's like, hey, they They offered the other kid, don't worry about it, just play better than him tomorrow. Bet. Went out there, I had like 3 touchdowns, 270 yards, probably like 80 rushing, beat him like 31-14 or something. And then the next day, I got a call from Coach Kill. Like, I was offered, they pulled his scholarship.
And he told you they pulled this kid's scholarship?
Yeah. They told me like the exact story.
Hey, that's pretty impressive, Diego Pavia. That's pretty impressive. Now let's get into this talking, right? We are gonna read the Deion Sanders article because there's a full article because he goes into more detail. But let's get Diego get it all off. Get all of his.
Vanderbilt's gonna run Tennessee after this year.
Vanderbilt's
Like,
gonna run Tennessee.
Of like college football is gonna happen here at Vanderbilt.
Do any of you and the boys ever like talk about that? Like, we got to be the state school.
Well,
we're in Nashville, Tennessee. Like, we're in the Music City. Like, we need to be the brand of Tennessee.
Everyone wants to come to Tennessee because of Nashville, so they want to come to Nashville. So Vanderbilt, and then when we have like the most money in NIL, like, why not come here? So like we literally just have to win this year and throughout the rest of the year, it'll take care of itself.
You think Vandy will have the most money in the game, or?
I think we'll be up there.
Yeah,
but like it's Nashville.
Yeah, there's a lot of big hitters around here.
Yeah,
they just need a team to believe in.
Yeah, that's all they need.
They need Diego Pavia.
Hey, is Diego Pavia the guy? Billy Bob does not think so. Billy Bob, in my live comment, who's clearly a Tennessee fan, says that Diego Pavia is a fraud. And, you know, there's going to be some other coaches that have responded to it, or even I think some players that have responded to it. And we'll get deeper into that, but we do, of course, want to address specifically some of these NIL claims. So one last thing before we get into it.
How much after the year was the portal blowing up for you on potential teams wanting you to come be the quarterback for them?
Oh, why did it stop? Sorry.
At a different school.
A lot. It was less nuts. Like it was less reaching out to me. It was like more reaching out to like my brothers and my family and stuff.
Was there a dollar amount that you heard that was like, holy shit?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to share, but like anywhere from like 4 to 4.5
to leave and go somewhere else.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to stay. I'm not
SEC.
Golly.
Checks out.
Ooh, in conference. Any Big Ten teams trying to get you?
You want to play with the best. You don't want to play with the Big Ten.
Some cats, man.
You want to play with the best. You want to play with the Big Ten, and we're gonna talk about this. These are all little things we're gonna talk about. But the headline of this video, or the what's it called? What do you call it? The title of this video is talking about Diego Pavia making his stance clear about Deion Sanders. So we are going to talk about the NIL. We're going to talk about the Big Ten. We're going to talk about apparently Vanderbilt owning Tennessee when it comes to college football. I think some people in Neyland Stadium, Neyland, are going to have a hard time believing that. But let's get into this article. So it says Diego Pavia makes stance clear on why he rejected Deion Sanders' recruitment offer. Okay, this is June 17th. It's pretty soon. Obviously, the full cut of the busting with the boys thing, right? So Deion Sanders played a significant role in completely turning around the Colorado Buffaloes. I would think so. Before the Sanders arrived, the Buffaloes had not had a winning season since 2016. In just his second year, he led them to a 9-4 record, largely thanks to his son, quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Sanders threw for 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, completing 74% of his passes. However, before Sanders was throwing touchdowns and Sanders was coaching, what? See, this is what happens when y'all got AI writing y'all articles. Before Shedeur was throwing touchdowns and Sanders was coaching at Folsom Field. Actually, I'm stupid. That's me. I'm dumb. Shedeur and then Sanders. You probably should have just used both first names. They were both making an impact at Jackson State. At Jackson State, Shedeur was the starting quarterback. However, Sanders was also recruiting another star quarterback, Diego Pavia, who is now with the Vanderbilt Commodores. Pavia had just spent 2 seasons in the junior college ranks and was looking for a new opportunity. Golly, how many seasons has he played football? And we're going to get into that, too, at the end, because, golly, he's on, like, year 6, and he's been 2 years of, oh, my goodness. All right, so, ultimately, he chose to decline Sanders' offer to join Jackson State. Pavia explained his decision on Bussin' with the Boys podcast, hosted by NFL players Taylor Lewan and Will Compton. He said, I was thinking about going to Jackson State, but Deion was so real. He was like, hey, you're not playing. No, this ain't a 50-50. My son's playing regardless, Pavia said. He said that Lajuhntay said, even if you were better than him, this is him asking Pavia. He said, even if you were better than him, like my son's playing regardless, Pavia said. He's like, we're looking for a backup. He's like, if you want to come here and be a backup, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I ain't no in backup. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not going to St. Francis because I can't go to the league from there. So I was thinking New Mexico State's my only option. Pavia was asked about his experience being recruited by Sanders. He described the process as brief but enjoyable, noting that Sanders was straightforward with him. During his 2 stints at New Mexico State, Pavia had impressive statistics, throwing for 4,423 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. He also rushed for 1,431 yards and scored an additional 13 touchdowns, which enabled him to transfer to Vandy. In his single season at Vanderbilt, Pavia threw for 2,293 yards, 20 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. Additionally, he ran for 801 yards and 8 touchdowns, leading the Commodores to a 7-6 record, Vanderbilt's first winning season since 2013. Now, Pavia, and this is what we're going to get to at the end after we talk about all the hot Pavia just talked and we talk about this article. Pavia is eligible to return to Vanderbilt for the upcoming season because he began his college career at the junior college level before moving to New Mexico State and then Vanderbilt. His time at junior college preserved his Ovid year, because I can't say that. I still don't think I can say that. His 19 year, we'll say. And since he hasn't played 4 full FBS seasons, he remains eligible for 1 more in 2025. We will get deeper because he basically sued to make his other years not count. So let's unwrap this. And we're going to go backwards. We're going to start with the Deion Sanders claims. I think if I was somebody, I tell y'all this because I want y'all, whenever y'all see these headlines, they're going to come out. I want y'all to be able to understand what's going on. And most of y'all are smart. See, y'all know what's happening anyway. But if I were somebody who's going to make a salacious headline for Shedeur Sanders, or Deion Sanders rather, the thing there is Deion Sanders was going to start Shedeur Sanders no matter what. When in reality, when you have a quarterback, like even at the college level, you don't bring in other quarterbacks unless you want him to know that like he's on the hot seat. You feel me? Like if Shedeur Sanders, I'm sure Shedeur Sanders wasn't playing good and they didn't, like he said, he's looking for a backup, right? He wasn't looking for a starting quarterback. If he was looking for a starting quarterback, he would have probably, and here's the kicker. This is, I'm just letting y'all know. This is the difference between people who, keep up with football and just whatever. They probably would have got somebody who's a lot closer to his skill set, right? Instead, okay, we're in the FCS. We get somebody like Diego Pavia. He's got legs. So if Shedeur goes down, we might not have the carbon copy, but what we do have is somebody who can give us another dimension of offense, maybe switch some stuff up, a la, what's it called? Homie coming in for Carson Beck against my Texas Longhorns. What's his name? 14 Longhorns. He came in, he was running. We had such a problem with mobile quarterbacks that year. Not the point. The point is, right? That's how you could spin it in a negative way, but just looking at it at face value, it makes sense, right? This is somebody who has no vested interest, who could just said, hey, it was a bad experience, but he said, nah, like he was straightforward with me. I'm gonna be a backup behind Shedeur Sanders, right? That this is his team, okay? This like we built this team around him, so we're not gonna build it around Diego Pavia. Like I don't know what to tell you. So I think that's dope, and I think the reason why this is so important, because some people are going to try to make it negative, but for me, it means that Deion Sanders, when he tells you in these well-off media videos, hey, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Hey, I want you to transfer. Hey, XYZ elemental P. Hey, he often says when I recruit people, I might tell them something, even though they're not coming. I'm still be truthful with you. I'm gonna still say, hey, your set right here needs to be back. Your feet needs to be better here. Like I'm still gonna give you that value, right? So to make Diego Pavia's career that much easier, his life that much easier, I think that's dope to be like, hey, dog, look, it's a non-starter. Let's not even go there, dog. Let's just between you and me and a guy named Sal, let's just not even go there, dog. All right. You want to back up, right? You want to get your NIL money at FCS. If not, this ain't for you. Speaking of NIL, now that we're done speaking about Deion Sanders and the rejection, which I think that's a kind of cool, it's just a cool story how like things cross, right? The quarterback to give Vanderbilt their first winning season since 2013 crosses over with Deion Sanders. Like that's dope. It's super dope. Let's talk about the NIL world. I do a lot of videos about NIL, and here are his stats in these 3 seasons, because obviously he has 2 other seasons, but his 3 seasons, not that bad. Obviously he's a bit of a rusher too, so you gotta put some stuff in that. This is some SEC stuff. Let's talk about what he said about NIL. Where did I put it? So Diego Pavia chose to stay at Vanderbilt despite an unnamed SEC program offering an NIL deal worth more than $4 million. The numbers are great, but winning is more important to me than anything, and we've got the squad to go do it. Now, I like you, man. Diego, I like you. You lie a lot. You lie a lot. Clearly, he just wanted to have a lot of hot takes coming into this. So he was just ready, right? So the fact, and I just want to point out to my Deion Sanders watchers, because I know that's what y'all are here for. He was saying all this hot like he was calling out the Big Ten. He's saying, hey, we the best team. Vanderbilt. Now, I'm going to get to the Vanderbilt having a bunch of NIL money, because there's a bunch of doctors, and they got a bunch of money in Nashville. They're renovating the Vanderbilt Stadium right now. I think it holds 12 people. So I think they're doing some big renovation. It's small. The stadium is smallish. It's really small, dog. But for him to say all that crazy and then to still be honest about Shedeur, I mean, not Shedeur, about Deion, it just goes to show that like there was nothing negative to even say, because he lighting everybody up. He just looked. He talked into a mic and said that Vanderbilt is the team to beat to win with. Come on, dog. Clearly the NIL, them Vandy checks is clearly hitting. So I want to talk about what he said. So first off, saying that he was offered $4 million to an SEC program. First, I want to think about what SEC program that is. I would have to assume the first one that comes to mind is Tennessee. I know it's crazy, but I would have to assume that they were in a scramble and they wanted it. What other SEC team? Maybe Auburn? Maybe? What other? Mississippi State, maybe? I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, this is what I should say. The quarterback at I think it was Tulane. There's a quarterback at Tulane that got $4 million, right? And supposedly Carson Beck got anywhere from $4 million to $8 million. Do I think Diego Pavia, after beating Alabama and being one of the most popular stories of last year, could get a $4 million NIL contract in the SEC? Probably. But at the same time, right, I really do think a lot of people – do y'all remember when what's it called? And, I hate to bring it back to Deion Sanders. When those kids from Colorado State, it was the quarterback and, first of all, Trey Horton. Trey Horton's a dog. I think he went undrafted free agent. He's a problem. But the quarterback was talking that hot shit too. They were like, oh, yeah, I got offered a quarter or $600,000 to go here and go there from Colorado State. And Deion said the same thing I was thinking. I was like, why didn't you go? Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, are you serious? And that has to be telling me. It's not telling me that they're paying you more. And can I be honest with y'all? I'm not so nihilistic or cynicistic or whatever that I think I need to get a thesaurus, dog. That I think that like none of these college players just do want to actually do it for love of the game. And in fact, I'm somebody who's big on being able to be like, hey, yo, there are people who do want to do this for the love of the game. But I just think this is a promotion tactic, right? In the same way that I think him going out on the limb and saying, hey, Vanderbilt's got the most money when the House settlement just passed. So having the most amount of NIL money, that doesn't matter anymore. That was the overreaching point that I was going to say. Throwing out at this point, right? Maybe 6 months ago it's different because you didn't know the House settlement, NIL deals are still going on. But at this point, not only has the House settlement passed and is looking to be finalized, there's been multiple schools that have been giving NIL deals as if that's happening, right? So whether it's capping XYZ, LMNOP. So I say all that to say he's just throwing those numbers out to just be like, hey, not only am I committed, right, but also to help Vandy, hey, we got money too, right? Because you're trying to tell that conversation either, hey, I love my team so much, or my team took care of me, right? And to be honest with you, that is what a lot of people do. A lot of teams like Ohio State do. They spend a lot of money on who they have. Oh, what's up, Stampede? I haven't caught alive in a while. Oh, Stampede, y'all go follow Stampede on Twitter. I'm about to mod you too. He does great stuff. He don't be clickbaiting. He's a nice guy, man. And if any of y'all are trying to be in here to be live, sorry guys, I broke up this video and watching live. Y'all let me know. I'll make y'all moderator too. And Steve Jocks, speaking of the comments on my live comments, Steve Jocks says third-party NIL is still a thing, so business and whatnot can still offer NIL. You're right, but this is gonna be a separate video. However, all NIL deals above $600 under the NIL ruling, they has to be monitored, so it's gonna have to be reviewed. So can they get actual third-party NIL deals? Yeah, Diego Pavia, if you think being in Nashville, Tennessee, which actually I don't know, they got Nashville chicken, a lot of rich people out there. So maybe I'm wrong, and I'm saying it's the music city, so maybe there are a bunch of deals that you probably could do. Imagine getting a bunch of band deals as a NIL athlete. That's kind of cool. But not only that, but like all of those are gonna have to be reviewed, and they're gonna be reviewed under the pretense of avoiding the pay for play. So I do want to point that out. You are right, but at the same time, it's going to eliminate pay for play because pay for play is now in the schools. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have to hide it behind a collective. The school can just give it out now. So I will point that out. I do think that it's a really good marketing tactic for Diego Pavia. It's a good recruiting tactic. Hey, we got big NIL bucks, XYZ LMNOP, and here's a coach. This is Brett Bielma on Diego Pavia's comments about the Big Ten.
I did kind of see that. Yeah, I don't know.
You're coaching both leagues. What's your opinion?
Well, I understand what he's saying, right? And he's regurgitating what's being said to him, I think, probably. Listen, the Big Ten, I grew up in this league, played in this league, was very successful at Wisconsin. But my first bowl game, we beat an SEC team that I actually ended up working for later, right? I think on any given Saturday, anybody get anybody, and that was what played out in the bowl game, right? And I know it was brought to my attention, right? There's no SEC returning team with 10 wins, if I'm not mistaken, and we got 3 in the league, right? So like it's just kind of one of those moments where I think in the last 3 years of the evolution of college football with the portal, the NIL, it's created a level playing field that's never been seen before, and I think it's trending more that way than going back to the way. A lot of people want to live in the past and try to stay by the rules of the past, and I just don't see it a part of our future.
Okay, that's fair. He took it pretty. You know what I'm saying? He took it pretty smooth, man. He took the high road. So Diego Pavia says he's gonna own Tennessee. He says they're gonna go on a run. They're gonna dominate South Carolina. That's the team he said that he has circled to beat, and he plays them September 13th. So I want y'all to comment down below how many games, what's going to be the record for the Vanderbilt Commodores, the gosh dang nerds out there. I really appreciate y'all watching this cool little situation here. Actually, whoa. Before we end this Diego Pavia video, I do want to read you this little snippet kind of explaining the judge situation. So to finish this off, a federal judge in Tennessee granted an injunction on Wednesday that allows Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia to pursue another year of eligibility and could represent another significant blow to the NCAA's ability to enforce its own rules. Like I've been telling y'all, the problem is the NCAA cannot enforce its own rules. It has NIL rules. It has transfer portal rules. They're just not followed. Pavia sued the NCAA in November, claiming the organization rule that counts a player's time in junior college towards his overall years of NCAA eligibility is a violation of antitrust law that was unfairly limiting his ability to make money from his name, image, and likeness. Judge William Campbell's decision Wednesday is not a final ruling on the case, but it prevents NCAA from keeping Pavia out of college football until the case is resolved. Pavia threw for, we already talked about that. He says my lawyers are legit. The NCAA rules typically allow a player. We already talked about that. And it says we're not saying the NCAA can't have eligibility requirements, said Ryan Downton, Pavi's attorney, but a junior college season shouldn't be the equivalent of an NCAA season when the junior college season has no meaningful opportunities to earn NIL, no television exposure. They take other athletes who are playing somewhere outside of high school and don't hold those seasons against them. Now, to end this, I will say, for as much as I'm a person who I'm like, hey, I don't think NIL is going to kill the sport. Like at some point when we allow legal representation to summarize what equates somebody's athletic tenure to be their ability to make money, that does kill collegiate sports, right? Because at that point, these aren't college players getting paid to play football. These are just employees, which I don't think there's anything even wrong with that. But it definitely is a different conversation and a different type of game and an evolution that I think goes beyond just a different flavor of college football. But y'all let me know down below in the comments. Let me know how many games Diego Pavia is going to win. That boy be talking them yaps. You know what I'm saying? He said he's going to take over the SEC, the Big Ten, everybody. So y'all let me know down below. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content, and everything else in between, man. Continue being phenomenal. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right, guys. Going back to my comments. About to eat some stuffed crust pizza. TJ the Hater said Vandy got a live stadium. That's true. That's true. NIL and Treasure Portal has turned the college football into a real minor league. That's true. Angela C has a hundos. Southeast Dago says go Bucks. Nicole is laughing. I'm laughing at you, dog. TJ the Hater says the dude from Liberty is projected to be the best quarterback in college football. Okay. No lie. Okay. Third party NIL, already talked about that. Stampede, appreciate you. Now I appreciate you, big dog. But get your bread. I'm about to do commentary in college football games. I like that. Go after it, TJ the Hater. Do it big, man. But no, that's fire. All right. I guess last video, we did Lajohntay. We did that. Technically, we can do this Jaden Rashada video, but we're already hour and 20, hour 30. This is kind of what I want to get into. I think we'll end it right here. We'll end it with this Shedeur Sanders. I know, another Shedeur Sanders video. It's crazy. Unless y'all want to vote and get the Jaden Rashada video, I'll let y'all comment. If y'all don't say nothing, we just gonna get the Shedeur video and get up out of here. But I want to listen just to what the media has to say. Backtrack a little bit. Lady PC, how are you doing? Steve Joggs, says you keep being great. I appreciate you being great. Y'all are the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones that's the best in the business. But I'm check here 1 second. Check here 1 second. And if we don't have anybody with any more suggestions besides the Shedeur video, then we'll just do this Shedeur video. Anything else? All right, let's finish this off. Let's finish this strong. All right. There's been a lot said about Shedeur Sanders, but I'm tired of yapping about it. I mean, it's hard to tell because I've been doing a lot of yapping about it, but I want to see what the NFL players have to say about it, right? There's been a lot of NFL players that have came out to defend Shedeur Sanders on different media places, whether that's the First Takes, whether that's the facility, FS1. You got former Browns players, all different types of things. You got Tom Brady. So today, we're just going to listen to some of the clips, react to some of these clips, and then, kind of just take it from there and see what else we're rocking with. So appreciate y'all rocking with these videos, unfiltered. Some might be negative, some might be positive for Shedeur, but I think you're going to find a lot of people, the current NFL players and or previous NFL players seem to have lots of positive things to say about Shedeur. And before actually we get into it, I do want to do one quick thing, if we could. Everybody doing all right? Everybody doing good? You having a great day out there? I know you are. I know you are. Hopefully I edit this out because this is ridiculous, man. All right, let's get right into the first clip.
Leave. Go home.
Show some respect.
Go have a spa day. Key, will Shedeur be the franchise quarterback the Browns have been waiting for?
You know, he could be. We just need to see him on the field. But the little clips that I see, though,
What's going on with Jimmy Horn? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to just make a bunch of shorts. So forget what I was just doing. What is going on with Jimmy Horn? Jimmy Horn is injured right now. That's what's going on with Jimmy Horn. I just want to get into, but he, you know what I'm saying? Let me see if I have this video though. Hold up. But also for Jimmy Horn, just to let you know. You feel me? He's also doing this right here. So you feel me? He's also showing off the ice. Looking twice as nice as ice, man. Looking twice as nice as ice. All right, I'm about to make some shorts. You know what I'm saying? And basically what I'm finna do is I just got some videos. I'm just finna react to them, dog. I'm just gonna react to some videos, dog. I want to yap about some things. You feel me? Am I allowed to do that? Can I do that to close off the video? I want to yap about a few things. Actually, you know the first thing I want to yap about? The first thing I want to yap about, and I know a lot of y'all have already heard about this because you're in this, but just because what's it called? I don't have it. I didn't do it as a short. Okay. Boom. All right, boom. All right, cool. Can you get started? Oh, I'm sorry. Got lead. I'm about to do this real recap. Lady P says I'm allowed to yap on what happened to Jimmy. Jimmy Horn Jr., he did hurt his hamstring, so he is currently just out. He's probably going to be back by training camp, so it's not a big deal, just something that he's been nursing for a little bit. Do you think Jimmy okay? Yeah, Jimmy's going to be okay. It's just a little hamstring action. But yeah, I'm about to record some shorts. I'm probably going to answer to y'all's comments too. Just yap it up a little bit and kind of go from there. I am gonna recap this again. This is for the shorts, right? Shedeur Sanders, an absolute menace to society. He was out there throwing footballs to little kids and then got in that goddamn big Trex, that big old Tonka trunk going down 88 miles down the highway, 7,000 miles down the highway. I heard he drop kicked the baby. That didn't happen. He did go 101 miles an hour, and as much as I love Shedeur, and I want him to do positive things, there's no reason to do that. There's never a reason to be going goddamn fast. Right now, the TRX did look pretty great. Right, it was looking absolutely phenomenal. It was looking like a big bad dog. Okay, can't deny that one bit. It's got the green, it's got the mean, it's got the bean, it's got all that great stuff. But for as much as we love Shedeur Sanders, we can't allow him in the kids to see things like this because it's not positive. Luckily, Shedeur's not hurt. No one else is hurt. But we can't allow this to continue to happen. Now, what else we got? As much as everyone likes Deion Sanders, this is terrible for the Buffaloes. If you're a Colorado fan, you should have a problem with this. And my issue with it is that we have spent years clowning the Giants and the Jets for having a turf field. The ACL injuries, the foot injuries, the toe injuries, right? Just for Deion Sanders in his third year to come in and tear up the natural grass for turf. Now Deion Sanders says it will make things easier for groundskeepers, right? And now maybe we don't have to put that AstroTurf that the Giants put in their stadium, because it seems like their turf is made to tear ACL. So let's hope it's not that. But I don't know. I'm feeling a type of way about this one. I don't like this one too much. You feel me? You feel me? I don't know. Now, this is just, man, this makes you feel good, dog. Have you ever been here? I'm about to tell you this reminds me of a nasty story, right? You see this? You see them hills he working? First off, that man right there in the red helmet, I mean, they're all wearing red helmets. Look at all of there's so much going on right now. This dude, he's clearly giving up, but he's just showing out. He's showing out, right? This is the lineman who like overheats. Like, he is really trying his hardest, but he is stuck in the mud right now. There's nothing he can do. This kid, his fibia is gone, dog. Do you see that? These his souls is broken. They sliding down the hill. He just face planted into that dog. It looks like and that reminds me of a terrible football story that I had. And this terrible football story was a dude. His name is Greenbow. That's not his actual name, but he got that moniker because he came from Greenbow, South Carolina. Now, we had something where we kind of, I'm not gonna say the mountain, because I think that's gonna be doxing him, but it's a large mountain that we would climb up. Wow, they trying to take this dude's knees out? Oh my God. We had this large mountain that we would climb preseason for football. A lot of football teams do this, so it's not doxing, right? He, as they were walking up the hill, running the equivalent of basically a 5K, it was a little wet, all right? It got a little muddy. Dog, look at this kid. He's dying. Oh, my God. It got a little muddy, okay? About 3/4 quarters of the way up there, people start smelling some shit. Like, you smell like that type. Like, yo, what's happening right now? Okay? All to find out, Greenbow smeared into all the dirt and everything and all the nastiness on him had going up his shirt, dog. This 17-year-old or 16-year-old, I don't know how old, it just kind of meshes together at that point. When you got up your back and you're above the age of 6 months, right? And the fact that he had all between himself, okay, and continued to run up a mountain. I mean, we gotta give him to him. They don't make him like that anymore, son. I will advise, the next time you up your back, do not continue running up a mountain. Hey, that would just be my advice to the wise. Shout out to Greenbow. Nice guy. But, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is what football is all about, man. If y'all don't have a pool to go do, like, what, who? I'm sorry. Look at these. Okay. What? There are adults allowing this, dog. They're adult. When I first watched this video, I was just grabbing some funny football TikToks. Jeez, dog, this is a little deep, huh? Like, not the pool. The pool is not deep. The pool is clearly just 4 to about 8 feet. But what's going on right now? Everything behind the scenes. The fact that these aren't. I thought this was like a 37U team that's practicing. This is like a middle school or peewee team. Not one of these jerseys fit. Not one of these helmets fit. Not one of these shoulder pads fit. This motherfucker's shirt don't fit back here. This wouldn't fit a This shirt wouldn't fit oh my God. It's just too much going on. This is big as hell. I'm sorry. Like, what are y'all doing? How do y'all think y'all are being productive fathers or anything? Mothers. You got the hitting cages in here? Dog. We gotta. Is that sand? Is it sand? Okay, well that's fresh. I thought they was doing it on concrete. That's fresh. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. That's kind of fresh. Now this is one of my favorite types of videos, dog. And if you're here still looking for Shedeur stuff, we already talked about it. Go to the beginning of the video. We're finishing off the live. We're yapping about stuff, right? This is one of my favorite types of videos. This dude on TikTok, the Player One Vision. We're just gonna just watch it. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna watch it. LeBron. All right, what are you doing right here? First off, wow. Please don't. I'm trying to cover the screen. Let's go. Okay. Wow. They allowed that. I was trying to make it like a cool moment when it was like, you know, which angle would you take? But you saw the moon. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want you to see all that, man. I didn't want you to see all that. Back to the goodness, right? They're out there playing on the Akron field. This dude is dope. The first person vision. Okay, you feel me? Win in Akron. You feel me? Oh, that boy putting him in the blender. Hit him with that DeAnthony Thomas. I'm there. I'm here. I'm actually there. Oh, I'm coming back on the inside. Oh, I'm coming back on the outside. You feel me? I'm fresh. Here's the actual angle of it. This dude is dope. Player One Vision on TikTok. Cut here, cut there. He be in 37. You just killing these motherfuckers. Hit him with that DeAnthony Thomas. Y'all know what that is. Hit him with that DeAnthony Thomas. You feel me? All right. So this one is more of a conversation.
Today, man. It's equipment pass out day, and these kids is about to go crazy over this helmet right here.
The Axiom?
This the Lamborghini helmets right here.
Tell me, guys, do the kids really like Axioms? Is that what y'all want? Because these things is ugly to me. Maybe I'm an unk now, but this is like the speed. This is like they speed flexes now, huh? This is they new speed flex. I'm just an unk. This look like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I hated this helmet ever since it came. Now that top bar when you put the top bar on it, okay, now it looks like a regular thing. You don't just look like a powder puff girl. Sorry, you don't look like a Power Ranger. Wrong thing. Completely wrong thing. Okay, you look a little more like a football player when you put that top bar right across, slide that across your forehead, son. I can respect that, but this right here, this is like a boneless chicken wing. You feel me? Like this is no, it's not right. It's not what we need. So y'all let me know. Is this what the kid? Am I just an unk? They really going crazy over the Axioms, dog. Already going crazy over the Axioms. What else we got? Q steps up. Q throws a laser. Ooh. Oh, that's just a regular. That ain't nothing. That ain't even that crazy. I don't even want to put that in there. Oh, this never ends good. You doing all that clapping. Oh, what is going on here? This got to be 37. You.
Go.
Oh, never mind. Oh my god. That motherfucker's just fooling out there, dog. Maybe I need to I need to join this, man. Man, I don't know, man. Them Axioms, I can't get behind the Axioms, dog. I don't think I'm an Axiom guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're for me. I don't think they're for me.
Yeah, they in some weird shit. Oh, they twist the center. He get fucked up right here. Watch.
What?
Don't go this way when I go this way.
I'll go this way when I go this way.
Oh, I can't wait to go over. That's where I live at. I can't wait to come over there. Yo, we can't fuck him up.
Hey, 37 U Bulls be going crazy. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get down to the ground.
91.
It's not that they're old. It's that they are over the age of 25 and they're doing this, dog. Like, if it's flag football, I think it's dope. But if it's not flag football, yo.
Don't turn me the fuck up. Talk about it. Check board. They going on 2 now.
Just like that. You heard him?
Yo, Nix is left, Bulls is right. Okay.
Nix is left, Bulls is right.
Yo, what you said, center?
All right. I'm not gonna have him just huff and puff in my ear for the better half of a good minute, dog. All right, I think this is it. I think this is all we need. We reacted to some short form content. We did all the fun stuff. We had a great, phenomenal time. We did a lot this stream. We streamed for a cool just under 2 hours. We got 6 minutes until it's 2 hours. But it is what it is. I cannot thank y'all enough for coming out and rocking with me. I'm probably gonna stream again Friday morning. If not, I might go tomorrow morning. Hey man, why not? Why not go big? Why not go bigly? You feel me? Keep it bigger than it ever been, than it ever was, than it ever is. Y'all continue to be great. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Please like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content, everything else in between, man.